Hello, everybody. I'll give everybody a few to come in. This is Intuitive Retta, and we're going to do the monthly Trump reading for August. Also, going to touch on Mueller. Don't mind me. I just jumped out the shower and washed my hair, and my hair stays wet for a long time, so it's just dripping and making everything all wet. So, I'll wait a few minutes while so you guys can while people are coming in. This is a card I just made. Hello, I made this card, and if you see that one, I made that. I'm not done with it yet. And see on the back I said made with love. So this is one card I just made. I like texture, so I put a lot of texture in my cards. And then I made a different one, but was doing yard work all day today. My back is killing me. So I'm just waiting for people to come in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, right? Make sure you hit the notification bell because a lot of people tell me they get unsubscribed and their notification bell gets removed. So make sure you hit that. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and comments. Hello, everybody. You can find me at Intuitive Retta on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. If you would like your own personal reading, contact me at rettaware@gmail.com. Hello, don't mind me. I just jumped out the shower. My hair is wet, and it's just leaking down everywhere. It takes a few hours, like 5 hours for my hair to get dry. So we're gonna touch, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. We're gonna touch on Trump's 2000, August 2019 energy, but we're also gonna look a little bit at Mueller. Hello, everybody. Hello, I know I haven't been on, I just haven't been feeling well. And when I'm not feeling well, and then a lot of the stuff that's been going on has been a lot of pedophilia stuff, and I don't really like to lend my energy to that because I really like to put my energy to that. But the people who were in my reading room, I did do an Epstein, and but I'm not going to touch back on there. I know he supposedly tried suicide, or somebody was trying to kill him. One or the other. I just hope that they look at him, put him on suicide watch, which means 15-minute checks, especially here in New York. You're on suicide watch, that's 15-minute checks. If it's hospital, that means someone has to be within arm's reach of him for 15 minutes, and we have to sign a piece of paper that, hey, we've watched you for 15 minutes and within arm's reach, because I want him to be publicly humiliated. I want them to take all his money, give it to all girls. I want him to feel so low and humiliated, bring all ends down, and then they can give them to the inmates. So if anybody watched yesterday's Mueller sad case, as a lot of you guys know, I don't diagnose. As a nurse, we don't diagnose. But I'm a nurse for 20 years, and I specialized in geriatrics. And yesterday, looking at that Mueller hearing was very, very sad. For people are saying maybe he was acting. It could be some of it was acting, or trying to, act like he didn't know what was going on. So it might have been acting, but acting like he didn't know not so much as trying to shield himself, more not acting so he doesn't look as infallible that he was, if that makes sense. But his mental status, and I suffer from mental status change. As a lot of you guys know, my illness affects my cognitive thinking, and I forget a lot of words and names, and sometimes how to speak the words and stuff like that. And names are really hard for me to remember, short-term things, stuff like that, things that I knew all the time and I don't know now. So I understand that, but I looked at him and I could see something he had a mental status change. So yeah, he might have been acting, but not all that was acting. A lot of that was showing a sad case of someone going towards their end stage, where their mind isn't as sharp as it once was. And it was very sad. And I feel like he did it to himself. He should have never took that position. I blame the Democrats. They should have never, had him do it. And so be it. So I want to look at him, and then I want to look at, yeah, it looked like he was going into some stage of some mental status. Whether that's dementia, Alzheimer's, I don't know, but he was not playing with the full deck. Like me, most of the time I'm not playing with the full deck. I forget everything. And like my daughter, you're going through Alzheimer's. It's my cognitive function, but it feels like I'm going through Alzheimer's. So I forget a lot. So, I forget sometimes. I don't cook very often. I forget and leave the stove on sometimes and stuff like that. So I understand where he's going, and I think that they should have never did that. Okay, so what we learned him was he's the lovers and the devil. So what I always talk about lovers and the devil, and they are someone, especially in politics or someone that's high up, they can easily be blackmailed. They're not, like, they made him feel like this god. Oh, Mueller is this and Mueller's that. They may feel like this god, but the lovers and the devil usually don't have that much self-esteem. They look for other people to kind of praise them or make them feel important. So other people's opinion and stuff to make them feel important. Also the devil, which means vices, ego. So what vices was his? Was he a drinker? Was he what kind of vices did he have? So we see that. So this year for him was the strength and the star. So I always talk about strength as trying to, look things in the eye. You're going to have to face your fears and go full steam ahead, and you're going to be in the spotlight, and things are going to be illuminated. And that energy for him, which this is probably the strength is about persevering and trying to overcome and having a hard time and trying to overcome. And I think that this year, oh, hello. How are you guys? So this year's about to end for him. So his birthday's in August. So August is about to change. So he was in the strength and the star, and now he's going to the hermit and the moon, which is very sad, which means isolation, means depression, sadness, mental, emotional changes and downs. So this was like his big hurrah. Like for the Dems and himself to do this, to put him on front stage, so close to hermit energy, I think this is going to make him be ridiculed and talked about, where it's going to make him now go into himself and isolate himself. That's what next year is going to be. He's going to have to fight isolation and depression, next year. Emotional ups and downs, his mental status going up and down. So he has a rough year coming ahead, and I think a lot of that could have been avoided. If you look back at my old Mueller readings, I talked about it. I talked about him. He had to make a choice, and somebody was basically being the pastor, and he had a choice, and he made his choice, and now he has to lay in it. And next year, he's gonna, for them to have all this to say about this man and have him up on the pedestal. And for him, I mean, he was a war veteran. Whether he did all this stuff we heard about, the Russian, what was that? The Uranium One deal and all that stuff wasn't very clean. But for them to, say he was this, war hero and this and that, and to see him flounder like that, that is like humiliation. But okay, so we're going to see. I want to see what's going on in his mind right now. I'm going to decide what deck I want to use. I have the Fountain Tarot here, which I don't really care too much for. And then I also have what's this other? The tarot. What is this other one I have? The black or something, the golden thread. So we'll see. So I just want to do something with him real quick, and then I'll go to our monthly Trump. So thinking about the monthly Trump reading, remember when I said that somebody was going to be in the spotlight, a lawyer, a judge, and the public's going to trail betrayed by them. I wonder if that was Acosta. Oh, can everybody hear me? I remember to put the headphones in. Can you hear me? So I'm just going to put what is going on in, it was sad. It was really sad. I'm going to do, Princess Haya, probably, tomorrow or Saturday, and her husband, and that divorce, and if she's in danger and stuff like that. We'll look at that. I always say that son going to be the next king is more scary than the father. The son is a lot scarier, and the father's scary. Okay, so I just want to see what's going on in Mueller's head. I'm going to do 3 cards, and what's going to go on in his professional, his job, his professional. And how about the last one? What are the Dems? Okay. The 2 of Cups relates partnerships. What's going on in his head is his wife, his children, the good times, and things are now a drastic change. So he's focusing on his wife and his children and the good times, like the good times in his career, the good times of everything, and he realizes that now things are going to go and make a drastic change. So this is on his mind is he's in his twilight years. He's going to kind of retire or lay back with his wife, and he's thinking about his children. He's thinking that he's now having a major change in his life. Let's see his job. The 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is trying to hold things together, when things are trying to come apart. And he's trying to, the group, I don't know if it's the Democrats or his partners or the people he work with, it's like it got away from them and they're trying to bring it back in. They're trying to back in. And they're trying to figure out where to go from here. So in his job, they're trying to bring it back in. I think everything got away from them, and they bring it back in and figure out how can we bring it together and go from here. And remembering a better time. They're reminiscing. Why are they reminiscing in the past? I don't know. But in the job, they're reminiscing in the past of maybe woulda, coulda, shoulda, or this and that. But they're trying to figure out how to bring things back together, and where to go from here. What does the Dems think about him? They're trying to figure out their choices in regards to government, rules, regulations, and they're not going to let it go. They're taking this baton and they're still going. They're taking this baton and they're still going. This isn't going to stop. We haven't heard the rest of this Russian collusion. They feel like they're arm in arm with Mueller. They feel like they didn't see what we seen yesterday. They feel like, they have choices. They feel like it's the foundation, that they are one and the same. They're holding hands with Mueller. And, they're like, the order, this is the box. Let's open up Pandora's box and see what's in. They still think that they have a lot of stuff in the box and they want to expose. And this is just giving them fuel, full steam ahead some more. So this is nowhere near over. What does Mueller have to do with? Is he going to keep going? The 4 of Cups. He's kind of not really here. He's not paying attention to. He's not here. I don't know why they got him. He's not completely mentally and emotionally there. He's not paying attention. There's a woman. Oh, man. He's not. Remember how they said it's the Queen of Wands. She coming up again. That Queen of Wands. Remember, everywhere she comes up is that was one step in the hill. That was just, they're still coming together. There's still 3 seas, 3 groups, 3 countries, 3 people coming together, and they're still going to go after Trump. This isn't over. Mueller, they're going to still use his information. They're still going to use him, but he's not there. He's not paying attention. It's like he's there, but he's not there. He's not there. He's aloof. He doesn't know. But this was just one. They are defending their things. They're defending themselves, and they know that their pyramid and their steps aren't even, and they're all crazy, but they're still trying to get to the mountaintop. They haven't stopped. It's not going to stop. So that's it for that. So now I want to do, let's go back to our Trump reading because that was 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm using the Fountain Tarot. I don't know why. I never really liked this deck. So I'm going to, as I always do, I'm going to say about the people here. I also, for you guys in Britain, I want to do your new Prime Minister. And I want to do a reading on him. So expect that maybe next week, a reading on your new Prime Minister. I'll do. You guys, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Okay, so this is for the American people. The energy, supernatural. Remember, in this month that's coming up is the High Priestess. And you guys remember what the High Priestess energy entails? That's when we had the Las Vegas shoot-in, was the High Priestess energy. It's a very spiritual energy. Remember how in this card that first came up is supernatural. It's a very spiritual energy, not in this world, of this world, very intuitive energy. Justice and judgment, things put into the public opinion. So expect spectacles and an actress acting up there and things being put in the public for our consumption, for our opinion, to affect the minds and the bodies and the emotions of people, our judgment. So, and it says supernatural, unexplainable, miraculous, otherworldly. That's fair range to go with us. And it also gives us hope. Prospects, wishes. Let's just see for the people here in America with the High Priestess energy. As for us, remember, everything is for our public opinion, our justice, our judgment. So it's for us to death. We're going through a transition. The Empress. This is the year of the Empress. Abundance, and also I have a feeling that our money is going to be involved. What's going on with our money? Anybody heard anything that's going on with our money? Something financial is going to affect us as a people. So be careful of your spending in August. Also a change. I guess maybe it's a change from abundance of having more to kind of like losing some. So people may be losing some income, some jobs, or but there's always a window of hope. So I don't know what's going on with our finances going on for the people. A lot of things just staying the same. A lot of things. Remember I said our intuition, so things done in the public to have our public opinion to affect our emotions and stuff. See that going on. I also see the devil energy going on for us as the people. So I expect some public displays for our intention, if that makes sense. Also might be something going on with the Fed or the Federal Reserve or our money in some way, shape, form. So we'll just have people look out for that. So remember everything that's going on, that it's for our emotions. So don't get caught up in the display that they're going to show us on TV. And I hope that they don't do the same thing, or it's not going to be the same type of, display, and there's not going to be, but just remember how on your spending this month too. Let's see for Trump. You guys know I do 3 cards. I do 3. What did I do with these cards? I do 3 cards for 3 for what's going on in his mind, what's going on in the White House, and what's going on in his house or his. Let's see. I don't know why I'm using this deck. I don't like this deck. I don't know who the heck is that. El Gual. I don't know what you're writing, but I don't know if you're trying to call me something derogatory, but if any of my moderators are on, look at El Guago and see if this is the Fountain deck. So El Guado, I don't know if you are trying to say anything derogatory, but you can get the fuck out. That's what I have to say. Okay. Oh, shoot, I took the card, put it back. Okay, let's go for Trump. Okay, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know if any of I only have 2 moderators. I don't know if Alice, I didn't tell anybody. I just said I was going on, so I don't know if she's there. Okay, reason. He needs to listen to advice. This has been going on for the last couple of months now. I think the 3rd month. It keeps telling him to listen to advice. He needs to listen to advice. He needs to think clearly, and he needs to use his thoughts and his words and not no emotion. So what's going on his thought process? He is emotional. He's also feeling like, which is strange, he's still in, the card comes up, he still has a plan in effect to kind of defend himself. He's ready for anything. This card came up, I swear, 2 or 3 months in a row. But also for some reason, he kind of feels isolated. He's also feeling isolated. I don't know what's going on with his emotions, so forth. I hope he's not also going into a state of sadness or maybe even a depression for him. But he's kind of feeling isolated by himself, but he's also very, intellectually ready to defend himself for anything. He has plans to defend himself intellectually. And he just needs to remember not to because he's in an emotional state right now, and he got to kind of to use reason, to think and listen to advice and think clearly and not react on emotions, because he is in an emotional state at this for August. Things are going good. I don't know if they're trying to balance a budget or balance things next month in the White House, or trying to balance. It could even be balancing and trying to blend and balance the Dems and themselves, but it's all about trying to balance things. So I don't know if anything in the budget is going forth next month, or if it's the Dems and stuff. They're trying to temper, blend, and balance. Also, I don't see things going bad too much in the White House. I see the Sun, which is the yes card, and it's a positive card, but it's trying to blend balance, and I still think a lot of emotions are up. So that's telling me not only for there's some vulnerability, because with this temperance and balancing, this guy is naked. So that's telling me, yeah, there's some blending and balancing with the temperance, but he has no clothes on. And he's trying to kind of hide himself while he's trying to blend and balance. But he's kind of vulnerable, if that makes sense. But just like how the Dems had the card, and Mueller had it, Trump has the same card. So they're all trying to kind of reach the mountaintop, which might be the 2020 elections. And none of their, stairs are nice and even. It's kind of rickety, but they're trying to stand their ground. So not only is the Dems trying to stand around and trying to get to the mountaintops, but the White House and the people in the White House are trying to stand there and get to the mountaintops. And they are trying to protect themselves. Let's see. The family. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of arguing going in the family. A lot of conflict. I think who's going to be traveling? lot of conflict. I think it's going to be a lot of conflict, a lot of arguing. Trump is feeling like in his house right now that he's walking on like kind of shells right now. That's going on in his house. That may be a reason why he's emotional and kind of feeling alone too. But also trying to get things back together with the wife, trying to get them on the same page, all three of them. I think it's him, his wife, and one. And also in regards to, I think this is a weird Six of Wands. This is a weird Six of Wands. And Seven of Cups, distraction. When is Trump? Trump needs, I think he needs, does he have vacation coming? He needs like a week or two off to spend with his family. Also health. He needs a week or two off for his family, and also his health. There's things going on in this house right now that's, why is this? So he's trying to figure out where to go from here. And also, feels like he has a burden and he's passionate about going. And Hillary, I have a feeling that Hillary or another woman that's a lawyer or a judge, either Hillary Clinton, because she usually comes up as this card, or it's another woman or another woman or is going to be in the front next month, and there's something passionate going to be going forth on. That's why I don't want him to work on his emotions. He needs to work more intellectually. So we'll try to understand. Anything else we need to learn? I don't kind of like this deck too much, so I'm going to change decks. Let's see. I'm changing decks. Because I don't know why I took that deck out. I'm really not into that deck too much. So I want to see, what does think in regards to how Mueller's testimony. He talked about it, but what did Trump think of your testimony? So it's going to be a weird energy next month. You guys just be prepared. Next month is going to be a very, very weird energy. And just to be prepared for that. Be prepared for things in the public to be spectacle. What did he think about Mueller's testimony? He feels like they put Mueller out to get roasted. He feels also that he can't, like, there are so, this is what he feels like. They've all came together to go after him, but they didn't have things in a row. They didn't have things right. It all kind of crisscrossed, and he still came out on top. He feels like he knows they're not done, that they still have, things that they're going to pull out. He feels like they're still going to have things to pull out, that they're still going to come after him, and, he just has to be prepared. So what did he think? He thinks that he thinks that they're not, he thinks that nothing's going to stop them, basically. So let's see. And I also said, okay, I want to see what's going to happen with Trump. What's going on with I didn't see anything going on with Iran and Trump right now. Iran and Trump. The Four of Swords. Standing the ground. He's standing his ground. Here's the magician card, pulling something out of his ass. I always say bringing thoughts and ideas and bringing forth the magician, something and his ground. Um, Standing his ground. Bringing the hammer down. Look at this. This is the hammer. This is the 8. Getting to work. I think they're going to work on something. 5 of Pentacles. Because Iran really wants help. Iran is suffering financially. They're like, please help us. So if America gives them something and helps them, right now they feel like the doors are closed. It's really about money for Iran. They're like, please help us. Please help us. Please give us money. You know, why did you close the door? I think they're going to work on the deal. I think they're going to work on a deal. Trump's going to stay tough, but he's going to work on a deal. Iran just wants some help, some money, some help, basically. I think there's a lot of tariffs going on. I think they're losing a lot of money. I think their people are you know, they're feeling a lot of poverty right now. Yeah, he's negotiating. That's what I feel. They're going to hammer down and he's going to negotiate. So I feel like, let's see. What can we expect for Trump? Next month? I think it's going to be about money, his emotions. There's emotions going on. Relationships. If this is his wife, if him and his wife is going to be in the news more, or if relationships or partnerships with another foreign person that's a woman. That makes sense? Or a male energy, or a male that has feminine energy, like France. I think their president or their whatever he is, he's feminine energy. So it's either going to be a business or a partnership to do with a foreign, you know, dignitary that's a woman, or something going on with his wife. In their relationship and them doing more together. But there's a lot of emotions going on. A lot of emotions. So expect he has things in place and emotions. Spotlight. Also, the King of Cups usually comes up with Mueller. The King of Cups usually comes up from Mueller. The spotlight on Mueller and his thoughts, his intellect, paperwork, stuff like that, and him withholding information, or, you know, not having the shields up and not really exploring, being very narrow-minded. So I don't know. Anything else you gotta know before we go? So I think next month is gonna be, it's the High Priestess feels very intuitive, very spiritual. Next month, remember, a lot of our months that are the High Priestess are kind of things are done in a big way for public opinion. The Las Vegas shooting, all that was in the month. I think we had another one too in the month of High Priestess. So be wary of things. A lot of things are going to be put in the media for our public opinion. You know, for our reaction. It's going to be very reactionate. I think that that's it. Yeah, next month is very spiritual. So, and also about money. Finances are going to take a big play next month. So, you know, just watch your finances next month. I don't think, you know me, I don't think it's going to come down the way you guys want it to come down. Mueller is the devil. He usually comes out for me as the king of in a reading. He usually comes out. Yeah, you can't just say Wednesday we're going to come down from the deep state, because the deep state is not just our government. It's other governments. It's bigger than what is just Hillary Clinton. It's big than Hillary, you know, so you can't just say that's like an open-ended question. When is the deep state going to come? The deep state doesn't have borders. The deep state is foreign and low. It's all encompassing. They don't care about borders. They don't care about, citizenship. So, when is the deep state gonna come down? You're thinking too small. If you think it's just, Democrat, there's a lot of Republicans that are part of the deep state too. So I always say Trump is neither a Democrat or a Republican. He was a Democrat and he just happened to go for a Republican. But I think this opened his eyes, all of our eyes. But no, there are some good Democrats, there are some bad Republicans. So you can't just think of it as black and white. So for you to say, when is a deep state? There's a lot going on. I mean, so far, Epstein is part of that thing. He's going down. Look, they almost tried to kill him, or he tried to kill himself. But now they got him in the hospital where he's on 15-minute checks, hand to hand. Someone has to be within arm's length of, so... And they probably gonna give to kind of keep him a little loop-de-loo, but who knows? So if you guys think it's gonna take longer, hopefully it's gonna take longer. Even he's a little bit, but it's gonna take longer than this deep state didn't just come in the last years. The deep state has been here for a long, long time. And if you remember, Eisenhower warned of it. JFK warned of it. They all warned of what this deep state was. So it's not going to take just 4 years or 8 years to get rid of them. It's going to take a while. So hopefully, if he gets elected again, hopefully we will find another great leader, after that, because we want it. You can't think that Trump is going to bring everybody down. He's just one man, and this is going on for forever. This has probably been going on since the inception of the United States. The deep state has been in. They even talked it when they were, if you look at the old texts, they talked about it when they were conducting, I can't even think, our Bill of Rights and the Constitution. They talked about another set. If you ever looked at Manly P. Hall and they talk about America and they talk about, there's always been a shadow group. So it's always been going on. It's been going on forever. So it's been going on. It's been going on for years and years and years. They've always had societies. They've always had them. So, all right, everybody. I'm gonna do. They warned. Even if I think he was it Washington, or was it Washington that was warning of it? I forget. Or Hancock. I don't remember reading. I used to read a lot of history books. I used to be like, when I was younger, I used to read history. But I was reading that they were warning back then, like in the beginning stages of the country, they were warning that there were, like secret groups and stuff that were trying to bring down America. Yep, so. Was it Jefferson? I know, well, Jefferson. Was Jefferson the one that they found all those kids' bodies under him? Or was that Edison? I think that was Edison. Or Thomas Jefferson. I thought that was Jefferson. Who was it? I don't know who it was. See how my brain goes? But I remember one of them, they found all types of kids' bodies underneath their house. I forget who it was. Like skeletons and stuff buried underneath the house. I don't think he's alive. I haven't looked at my cards, but I don't think he's alive. I don't think so. But I haven't looked at my cards. I would have to look at his birthday, his energy, to kind of look at it. So I can't say definitely, but I don't think he is. No, I don't think so. but I'll have to look. I don't know. I don't know. So, all right. So I got to do Princess Haya. I don't know. I feel like that the read-in this month for Trump isn't so clear. I just feel like it's because it's the energy of the high priestess, and so the high priestess doesn't reveal all her secrets. So I feel like a lot of things are going to be for public opinion. A lot of things aren't going to be revealed too much because the high priestess, she doesn't give up all her secrets without some work. So I don't know. I just feel the energy of August a little. Just tell everybody, watch your pockets. And I'm going to do a dream for you guys in Britain, in your new prime minister. There are problems with Trump's use of military and sanctions to problems. Well, when you have half your, when you're not getting any help, he's probably trying to do a lot of things. He's trying to do the best end, but when you have a lot of people that actively don't want you to succeed or have any type of anything, he's trying to use whatever little things that he has. He can only do but so much. He has a good majority. The Dems are really like, they're focused, and I was a Democrat. They're like, I'm like, wow. They're not trying to work with him on anything. So I think he's trying to deal with things the way he can. Sanctions, trying to go around Congress the best way he can. All right, everybody. Yeah, the high priest, she's not going to say all her secrets. So it's going to be a very weird month. So I would say when things come out, don't be surprised. There's going to be things to kind of get you wound up, get your energy going, get your emotions going. And don't feed into it. Realize that this is the dog and pony show, that this is what they're after. They want to affect your emotions. God forbid, hopefully, that there's no, players out there that are going to do things like they did with, Las Vegas or any of the, hopefully, schools out, so there's none of those things, but hopefully, but it's a spiritual month this month, so, it's going to test us spiritually and stuff like that. So just be aware. Yeah. It was Ben Franklin. Okay, see how my mind, I couldn't think, my brain, I can't remember, but I used to read a lot of history books. Lots and lots of history books. I was like a mess with history for about 25 years. I used to love it. And now all that stuff, it's in my head, but it's all mixed up. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you guys. I have some readings to do. I need to say how you're doing. And Princess Haya. And I know next week I'll do the Prime Minister. And if anybody else has anything going on, I'm not doing Epstein. I'm not touching him again. I just can't. I just hope that they keep him safe for a long time, so he can snitch on everybody, so they can take all his money, so they can humiliate him, so that they can expose the monster that he is, and then they can give him to the inmates. Brenda. Oh, that wasn't Brenda. That's Billy. Billy, why? I'm not looking into that. I'm not looking into Sharon Tate and her baby. I'm not. Let the poor woman rest in peace. Let the poor woman, there's no reason for me to look at, just to abide somebody's carrying. I've done Kellyanne Conway. Last time I did her, she was getting her groove back with somebody young. I don't know if she still is. If you noted, I don't know if she still is, but that was the same time her husband was acting out. So You guys know it has to interest me kind of sort of most of the time for me to do a reading. I'm kind of have my own ethics in regards to readings. If they're in the public light, I have no problem with that. Sometimes if Sharon Tate, I just don't want to because her husband is sick. I've done a reading on her husband and he's sick, and so I don't want to go in her energy just to appease you guys. No, her husband was sick. He's not going to see justice in our lifetime, God forbid. But the other side told me when guys, he's going to get justice. That's what the other side said. Don't worry, he's going to get justice. So I'm not doing. I already did Epstein. I did Epstein in my reading room, and I'm done with Epstein. No, I'm not doing Epstein. I did him already. He's in my reading room. Oh my! I did Prince Andrew in Flu Bloom. Did Prince Andrew? I already warned Virginia Roberts not to talk about Prince Andrew. I warned her. I did Prince Andrew to see if he was going down. So, oh yeah, I did Prince Andrew. I did it a couple of months ago. So look at my back. I did it, and there was a warning that her life is in danger if she continues to talk about Prince Andrew. Her life's in danger, and I told her to get the money and go. Take the money and run. I just told her to take the money. They're going to give her money. Just take the money and go. You can go after Epstein, but don't talk about Prince Andrew. That's what I told her. No, it's not on this channel. It's on my reading room, which is a private room on Facebook. That's only that my administrators decide if you can get in. You have to answer some questions. I sometimes do readings there that I'm not going to do on Facebook. I don't like doing pedophile readings. Other readers may have no problem doing it, but I'm not a reader. I'm kind of like a channeler / like medium. And if it comes up in someone's reading, that's one thing. And I'll talk about it, but to actually go into these minds and these men, because sometimes I channel and don't realize it. So I actually get into and see things and feel them, and I don't want to do. And some tarot readers don't do that. Some tarot readers can just read the cards and not get emotionally and physically and spiritually involved, and that's not me. So I try not to do pedophiles. So no, but I have a couple of them in my reading room. I did Michael Jackson. I did Epstein. Who else do I have in my reading room? I'll do a couple of ones I won't do on YouTube in my reading room. I don't think the Tower is the worst card. I don't think Tower is the worst card. I think the Tower, from you can come again. So once things are completely destroyed, it means that there's no more weight on you that you could run again. So I don't look at the Tower as the worst card. I think the Tower is upheaval and chaos and stuff like that, but sometimes you need that in your life. So I don't look at the Tower as the worst card. No, not so much. I look at the Tower as the Phoenix. You can rise again from destruction. I don't think it's the worst card for me. Well, all right, everybody. Well, it was good seeing everybody, and I'll talk to you guys later. And that's it. No problems. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll probably do Princess Haya tomorrow or Saturday. Talk to you guys later. Bye.